Well, that's already disappointing. They couldn't add any bit of motion to the arm. Okay, so we're going to be talking about archaeology here at a desert pyramid with our little brush, our sweep, our broom, as it is. We can brush every block. Isn't it great? Such a cool thing we can do. Let's see if we can find some suspicious sand. For the record, that's what it looks like. It's slightly more grainy, has some lumps compared to normal sand. I think it's meant to be in the buried room, submerged room down here. Maybe under the TNT. I'm going off what the wiki says. So I'm curious, because this does not look like it is any. You find it in chests? Is that what we're looking at? I mean, I have stuff in my inventory, right? Actually, that's good to see, because I've got the trims, yeah. So the trims are still quite rare. We didn't get one. Interesting. I don't see any sand. I just see sandstone. Any up here? It all looks like normal sand. No, why don't we TP a little bit away, and we'll try and find another one. So I assume it's underneath. Down a submerged one. Ooh, yep, there we go. So any suspicious sand for us to play around with. I don't know if it's honestly broken, because I've gone to a couple and I have not found any. I might be looking in the wrong places. It doesn't matter. I can always just use the one from our inventory. We at least get a trim. We did not. Curious. I feel like stuff is not generated properly. Anyway, I don't need to find it in the world. I hope it's somewhat common. So, what is archaeology? Well, you can find this block, you can take your brush, and then you can Yeah. It takes that long. You can dig suspicious sand for a good few seconds, just waiting, to try and get... What do you get? What do you get? It's something great. You get these items. So if you find suspicious sand in a desert pyramid, you can get any of these 7 miraculous items. And then in a desert well, any of these 5. Pottery shards. Great. There needs to be far more, and some way to color it, even if it was just, you know, add a dye and it makes the pattern or anything stick out. That would probably be enough for me, honestly. If you could, we'll build a pot, grab a crafting table, we'll build a pot, and I'll explain exactly what I mean. So for instance, you put 4 together like this, and you get a decorated pot that now has the matching image on all 4 sides. If you could add a dye to this and make this pattern stand out, I think that'd be enough for me. You can't, because that would be asking too much nowadays. Yeah, so you have to explore, you have to find these things, you have to make sure not to click on it, because they break easily. And then from that, you get these shards, which you can combine into a pot that has no function, is not useful as an inventory, does not allow you to put anything in it, like a flower pot. It is just, you know, this weird decoration that is slightly bigger than a normal block. But of course, can you even stack them? You can. So you can stack them. I mean, you can make, I guess, patterned walls or columns like that. It's not enough for me. I gotta say, honestly. These items are a horrible selection. Suspicious stew is just really weird. I guess we'll move these aside, for instance. Okay. Ceramic shards. Perfect. That's the whole idea behind archaeology, is it's meant to have items you can only find through archaeology. That's great. Bricks, terrible. Sticks, horrible. Gunpowder TNT, decent, because obviously this is something that a lot of people, you know, set up farming, and it's somewhat costly to craft, and it's a luxury to find, I'll put it that way. These, however, horrible. Suspicious stew. Food is not an impactful thing in Minecraft anymore. Once you get sorted, you find any semblance of wheat and some bones, you're fine. So it's junk. It's useless junk that should not be on the loot table. Diamonds. Great there. It's sort of starting this crusade to make diamonds more worthwhile. It's not hitting the mark as of yet. You know, you're not going to go exploring looking for a desert temple, a desert well to get your full set of diamond gear. You're just not. You're going to still strip mine. Emeralds the same. Emeralds don't have a huge utility to find out in the world, simply because trading is, you know, broken. You can generally farm as many emeralds as you want from villager farming, so there's no point to that either. This really should have had something more impactful and made it alternative to different types of resource collection. That would have been, to me, something a lot greater. If there was a way to sort of, even if it was, you know, as simple as running water into it, to automate it and to mill it, and then a way to actually get it yourself in a more lucrative amount, I could see it being useful as then becoming a diamond and emerald farm. But as it is, finding these random generated structures in your world, finding the block, which isn't even that one, it's this one, couldn't even tell them apart, and then standing by and waiting to brush it. To get something. I mean, you gotta do 4 of these and get lucky to make 1 pot. I will not play around with it. There is nothing in this game that will make me farm pots. You know, if the pots did something, maybe. But obviously, breaking them has nothing. They're not, you know, little treasure chests or anything like that. You can't even... I can't even utilize them in terms of map making, because that's what I do. I'm making a map. You didn't know. But I can't do anything with this block. It has no data whatsoever for me to use. Yeah? It's got the 4 sides of shards, which is great for anyone who adds more shards with data packs or different custom imagery. Aside from that, I can't assign an inventory. I can't make it, you know, like a Zelda urn, where people break it and get something random, something fun. It's not good for me. You might like it. I know lots of people like collecting. I don't. I play this game to play the game. All the like trivial stuff, I'm not going to go out of my way to assemble every single pot with every single variation. If you do, kudos to you. I can't imagine spending that much time just brushing suspicious sand, and not only that, but finding enough in the world. I mean, all you have to do, like with stuff like this, because they've got the idea down. You know, emeralds, diamonds, and emeralds are meant to be this luxury find. It's just not good enough because they're not balanced well in the game anymore. You know, if you brought back finding enchanted golden apples, sorry, not finding, but you know, adding it to the suspicious sand, as well as, I think it's desert temple chests as well, or you know, strong potions or something significant that gave the player a reason to go out of their way to actually do it. But as it is, I'm not impressed with archaeology. It is a horrible thing. I gotta honestly say, this detracts from gameplay, because it's not like this. It's not like a loot box. You know, there's lots of mods that add like loot boxes where you got to break it slowly and then you get something magical. This is just horrible payoff. Obviously, I'm gonna have my fingers crossed and I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt that they're not just going to leave it for dead like they do with several features that they add. They have a tendency to just move on to the next thing. I hope they add different variants, so like suspicious soul soil, suspicious soul sand, suspicious cobble, whatever. Just different things for you to go dig, find, and you know, more use to this brush. But I have my doubts. I mean, an easy thing to look at would be, say, shears. Not a whole lot of utility outside of its own little feature design, however you want to put it. Same with like leads, you can't tie anything other than mobs. You know, everything in terms of Minecraft has always been one-dimensional, despite being three-dimensional. And that's fine, but then it needs to have more substance than it does right now. Because again, while leads are one-dimensional, at least they have the utility of being able to drag mobs back. Shears, at least they have the ability to collect leaves and all different plants. What else? What else is Spyglass, it's still a better utility than spending a few seconds brushing soil, sand, whatever. I've come to expect more. What to say? Like, I was so excited by the armor, because I thought this was going to be this cool adventure, exploring updates, where they just go nuts. We got so much variation in the armor, and then just this is not a good payoff. Hopefully, they add some more stuff to it before they actually release 1.20. As it is, I gotta say, it's garbage. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Yeah.